All right, we're back to have a podcast with my young ski bum friends, and I decided, I want to do the podcast in the room just so you guys got the full feel of what it's like to be on a ski trip with these horrible, disgusting degenerates that never clean the room. Although most of it's mine, but they're like, no, we should do it on the couch because it looks more sanitary, and they're probably right. But just so you guys get the idea, for those of you listening, it is just clothes and stuff strewed everywhere. For those of you guys watching, you'll have got the gist of it. But we're going to do it on the couch where it's a little more sanitary. And with that being said, just enjoy this one. It'll be fun. All right, lads. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by our beautiful sponsors. You guys know them and love them. Corbett Ski and Snow, best online retail in all of Canada, maybe even worldwide. We're not going to claim it, but I'm going to claim it. If you guys want to get anything for your ski season, whether it's ski, snowboard-wise, racing-wise, park skiing-wise, go to corbettsnow.com. They hooked me up, and they've allowed me to give back to the community this year a lot, which is really awesome. And they always have good deals going on, guys, and they're just really, really easy to deal with. So go check them out online, corbettsnow.com. The other sponsor of the podcast is Vertica Outerwear. Guys, you know what's up already. Spring sales on, 40% off. Everything at vertica.com. Whole entire website, bud. It's insane. David Lush is doing it for the people. Vertica.com, guys, for all your outerwear needs. Super sick pants, super sick outerwear. Like, literally, best functionality in the game, guys. Waterproof. Can't go wrong. Can't do anything better. You can't get better than that. So, check it out. Vertica.com. Spring sales on. 40% off right now. So, with that being said, enjoy the podcast. And I'll see you guys at then. Deuces.
Why is it upside down?
Because my camera's corked, bro. That's why the spoon's in there. At least we can see ourselves with the spoon.
But it's upside down.
Yeah, I can't fix that, okay? This is not my issue.
Wait, what's her name?
We don't know what her name is, Charlie Beatty.
Yeah.
Mr. Right. Chuck, man. Guys, these are my two. I'm their freestyle skiing consultants. Ow. You're way too tall for me to put my arm around you. I got some V8. I got some mocha cappuccino breakfast drink thing majig that I'm going to spike down my hole. Yeah, we're doing a podcast today, guys. This is the closest we've ever been on a podcast. My thighs are touching their thighs are touching my thighs.
It's all good.
How's the V8 taste in the morning?
Not great.
No, not great. I've been making them spike some raw ginger down their throat. Charlie Beatty, Brayden Willmont.
Yep.
Yeah, we're at Maximise, on a Maximise trip. And I thought we'd get these two little degenerates on the podcast. Charlie Beatty's the mic already.
I'm trying to make it so it can, we can talk and do it better.
It can pick it up just fine.
Right.
You can bring it here. You can put it here. You can put it on your leg, and then you can feel sophisticated.
Mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, yeah. So podcast today. We've got two young bucks here. I'm the old buck, even though I'm the smallest of all of them. My leopard skin pants, because why not? And so Brayden's a skier, Charlie's a skier, I'm a skier. You guys know the podcast is mostly about freestyle skiing. We're here at Maximise. We spent 2 days here already. Weather's super nice, super warm. I feel like I should be sitting close to looking at you guys when I'm talking on the podcast, but I'll just stare off into outer space.
Your neck over.
Yeah, I can just stare at the spoon-fucked camera. All right, anyways. We skied 2 days at Maximise. Weather's been super good. This is the last weekend of skiing we're going to have here because, just because it's too warm and, the hill's going to have to shut down soon. First day, I got absolutely domed, so I didn't really ski much yesterday, but I went back, tried to push through, Yesterday, did a couple laps, did a double, and then went and did a cork 5 to my dome again and got domed again. So I'm pretty sore. I'm pretty out of commission. But Brayden's been throwing down. Charlie's been throwing down. First 2 days here. Learned 2 new doubles. So props. Yeah. And stop playing pocket pool on the podcast, man. he can't be doing that.
What?
It's on film. It's not just audio, man. I can't play it off that you're playing pocket pool right beside me.
What even is pocket pool?
Oh my God, young kids. All right, Brayden learned switch right dub, did some dub 14s, did switch dub 14 blunt, did dub 16 blunt, some new stuff. So these guys have been popping off. I just got wrecked the first day, and now I'm acting like a little girl and just I'm not skiing hard. And it bums me out, but it happens to the best of us. Anyways, we decided to get these kids down for last, last send on some big jumps, because I haven't got any big jumps yet. They didn't know what to talk about topic-wise on the podcast. I told them I would have it covered. Now I don't know what to talk about, but I'm the question master, so
All right.
I guess we'll dive on into this. B-Dog knows what question master is, but we're going to keep it PG-16 today. Anyways. All right, guys. How does it feel to be on your first podcast? One of you first.
Honestly,
You can strike first, yeah.
like,
You don't have to hold that, but you can hold that.
is this a mic thing? Okay.
Well, this is the mic thing, too. I got two mics in case the audio...
It's
messes
really
up.
confusing, but it feels pretty good. Honestly, like, not knowing what to talk about feels pretty good too. But
We have one topic we were told to stray away from, and I'm very tempted to bring it up.
Yeah.
But we won't.
Could bring a little spice to the podcast.
But we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it out of Charlie's hair today because he would get upset. With it.
good lord, yeah, these guys figure some pretty not PG topics to talk about and stuff that would make me rage quit. But
Yeah, I can't have one of the two guests rage quit already. But yeah.
I just throw it down the ramp again, honestly.
Anyways, podcast is. It's here. B-Dog, what do you think? You're on your first podcast. Give
Pretty
us
hyped for the podcast, honestly. It's a good way to start off the day.
It is a
Get
good way
ready
to
for
start the
skiing.
day.
Skiing in 45 minutes.
Yeah, I kind of like forced them into a podcast today. I was like, yo, guys, I need a podcast out by Tuesday. You guys are hopping on the podcast. You're coming cuddling with me. I think it was more an excuse to have them cuddle with me on the couch, but anything but yeah. I ski in 45 minutes. Every morning I've been making these guys spike raw ginger down the throat. I started doing it last year. You just eat raw ginger in the morning before a day of skiing. I don't know why. It really sucks.
Oh,
but
let me tell you, it is not a fun time
No.
whatsoever.
Like it burns your throat so bad. Like it's the worst thing you'll ever experience.
It's very, very interesting. These guys usually just eat cereal for breakfast. I've never seen someone fill a bowl so full of cereal as Brayden. Brayden just makes this bowl of cereal like a typical like bowl you have in your kitchen, like normal bowl.
You have to throw in a clip of you filming him taming the cereal down.
Yeah, I'll do it later, and I'll do it in post production here. But the dude just fits like 4 or 5 bowls of cereal in one bowl somehow. It's pretty incredible actually.
And then the milks, and then you put the spoon in, and then the cereal flows over, and then he has to like put it back in, and then he puts the spoon back in, and then he has to the cereal flows over the side with the milk.
It's pretty hectic.
Yeah.
It's quite hectic. Anyways, yeah, we watched what did we watch? World Juniors yesterday.
Yeah.
World Juniors yesterday.
That's pretty funny.
It was an interesting event. Like honestly,
Yeah, that's for sure.
Braden was at least somebody who probably would have been competing in the event if it was international this year, but U.S. and Canada didn't go. There's a couple really good skiers in there. Matej and Daniel, they threw down. Matej did a switch quad on his victory lap, which was pretty not chill but super sick. It was gnarly as fuck. The rail level there was like not super insane. It was a lot of 2-on-2 forwards, a lot of K-feds, and
A lot of street grinds to fall off early.
yeah, a lot of those too. I don't know whether the rails were sticky or just hard to make or something like that, but it was interesting in terms of that. But other than that, it was a pretty sick event. The course looked dope.
Also,
In run.
one thing to mention is I never knew people at that level did not know how to slide a rail perfectly sideways. Like they couldn't even like fully 90 on the rail.
No, there was
Which
like
is pretty amazing to see, honestly.
there was a couple people that were lighting up like 3-way dubs, but like were not fully like grinding a rail, which was interesting to see. But there were some people that were also out there doing some decent runs. The girls was interesting as well, but we'll skip that topic. Anyways, boys, let's get into the main questions of the podcast that all the people know and love. I've known you guys for some time now, but these guys have no clue who you are, what your spears are like, anything like that. So, first, for you, Charlie Beatty, Mr. Charlie Beatty.
Yep.
How did you and when did you get into skiing? And let's talk about that.
I've always lived near like a ski hill, so my family, since we moved to Ontario, we kind of skied. Like, so I've always skied since I was like 2 years old.
Yeah.
I kind of got into freestyle. My brother was snowboarding in the train park, and then I kind of followed him around, and then I was like, damn, this is kind of fun. And I kind of picked it up from there and wanted to do some comps and kind of fell in love with it.
Yeah, so here you are now. But what age did you start at? Like pretty young.
Yeah, I started skiing when I was like 2 years old, and then I started going to the park when I was like 5 or 6. So
Long time now.
Yeah.
How old are you now? For all those ladies listening to the podcast.
I'm 13.
Jesus Christ, you're young. 13, ladies. Maybe we'll throw the ladies B-Dog's way. But 13, just learned 2 doubles this week.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, probably when this is published, I'll be 14. So.
Well then never
It
mind.
takes so long for this guy to.
It doesn't take me that. It will be out on Tuesday. It's not going to be that long. This one is sped up. This process is sped up because I need a podcast for Tuesday. We don't have a podcast for Tuesday. But yeah, so pretty crazy. Have you had 1 knee surgery or 2 knee surgeries now?
I've had 1 knee surgery on the right knee. I how old was I? 8 or 9.
Jesus Christ.
Blew the ACL out on a Switch 5, and then came back next season. First comp back, and then fell off a rail and smoked my knee, and then broke my tibia on the other knee. So that had me out for a few years.
That's so rough.
Pretty bummed.
Snapping
9
ACLs.
years old. Man.
Snapping ACLs and tearing tibias.
Yeah.
That's hectic. Well, I'm glad you're back here in full health. You do have some nasty leg scars, but I'm sure they'll look cool down the road.
The
Yeah.
chicks definitely
Yeah, the
dig it,
chicks
man.
dig it, dude. I just tell them it's a shark bite, and they're like, "Oh, yeah."
That's sick. I did that once, and then I realized I was being an absolute idiot, and I never did it again because I realized that it's just very. Anyways, B-Man, you are not 13. Thank God. I have somebody a little closer to my age. Not even that close, but a little closer. How did you get into skiing, big boy?
How did I get into
How did
skiing?
you get into skiing, big
So
boy?
I've been.
Oh, no, the disc is ejected. That's why we have 2 audio sessions, baby. See? It's because this thing got pulled. Yeah, there you go. It's,
Alright.
but like we're still recording on the other audio. See, this mic and this setup is like very sketch, so that's why I record on separate. See, it's just dick fucked again. That's why we record in separate audios, just in case, you know. We gotta make sure that here. We'll just put this on the table. It'll pick everything up from there. It's a pretty good mic, you know. But yeah, I always record 2 audios just in case. The filming's kind of like whatever. Like sometimes it pisses off, sometimes it doesn't because the camera's roasted. But the audio is important, so we got the iPhone and we got the mic. But yeah, how did you get into skiing, B-Man? Big
All
B-Man?
right, so I probably started skiing when I was around like 3 years old. Obviously a beginner, and then I moved on to racing when I was about probably like
you
6.
raced, didn't you?
Yeah, so I
now?
raced for a couple years,
Race
and
dog.
I fucking hated it. Like I'd always look at
Okay,
the
we
train
don't swear
park.
on this podcast, so.
That is not true. You can bleep it out.
Continue on.
So I ended up racing for a couple years, and then I always looked at the
Were you
train
good at
park.
it?
I was all right for my age, I guess.
Yo,
And-
dude. We're doing a podcast, man. Sick. Good to see you, bro.
And I always like want to go into the train park, but you have to be 8 years old to get in. So right once I turned
At
8,
Blue
I
Mountain?
moved. Yeah.
That's
so
fun.
right once I turned 8, I moved right into the train park. Went on the Blue Mountain ski team, skied there for a couple years. Maybe moved to like Sterix at 10 or 11. Skied there for maybe a couple more years, and then moved on to Agenda Free Ski, which is basically the team I'm on now. And then I moved up to the Ontario team, and then that's where I'm at now.
Been roasting some comps for a while.
Yeah.
B-Man here is one of my competitors in the NORAM season last year. I'd like to say I beat him, but he's a little younger than me. But no, B-Man's actually absolutely been on a tear lately. It's pretty sick to see. Got 4-way dubs like first day of this trip, which is sick. Some 14s, some 16s, some Switch 12s, some Switch 14s, like some gnarly stuff. And you ever had any big injuries or no?
No, not too bad of ones. Like I strained my AC joint before, which is in my shoulder, but
Yeah.
other than that, maybe like my back, but nothing too serious.
Any conkies?
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Probably, but
You don't get
Never got them
sanctioned.
checked out.
Yeah, kind of the same train.
yeah.
Huh. Cool. All right, highlight of your ski career so far. What have you done? What's the highlight?
What's the highlight
What's the
of this
highlight?
year?
Yeah. No, of your ski
Of
career.
my ski
Yeah.
career?
To date.
I don't know. I'd probably say maybe last season, just because I did so many competitions. I went to the Youth Olympic Games, which was like a great experience overall.
Yeah, that
Get
was
to travel all the way
over.
over. Yeah, travel all the way to Switzerland, which is like a pretty good thing. Yeah, it's like a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love skiing.
Of course you do. That's
Yeah,
why you're here, big
that's why I'm
boy.
here.
All right. Well, what is the coolest place you've been for skiing?
I don't know. I'd say probably Saas Fee. That's probably like my favorite place to go.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you go out there, it's the middle of summertime, and you're like, oh, like, how good is this really going to be? Like, especially your first time going out there. and then you come and you see like these 80-foot kickers, and you're like, we're about to throw down. Yeah.
Dude, I've always wanted to go. The jumps look insane there. It looks
Yeah.
like they're huge. We actually were watching a video because Charlie did switch dub for the first time today or yesterday, and we were watching a video of his first attempt on switch dub in Saspay, and just give him a visual representation of or audio representation of
How that went down?
Yeah, just tell him how it went down.
Yeah, man. So I was, I don't know how old I was, like just turning 13, like 12.
Yeah.
So I was doing like switch fives all day, and these jumps are pretty big, dude. Like they're like, I don't know how big they were, probably like around 60 feet, but
Just fucking swapping drinks.
but yeah, I was like doing switch fives all day, and then kind of my ski coach Jeff Lovelace, shout out to him if he's watching this, definitely was like, yo, let's try it. And then I was like, all right, well, let's give it a go. And then went for it, completely missed my pop, sword around a 10, caught an edge, and then hit my head really hard, got a nosebleed, and kind of went back down to the village.
Your nose was bleeding for a solid 45 minutes.
Yeah, man.
Like, it was just gushing out like a huge pool of blood.
And look,
The blood clots are pretty disgusting too, but yeah.
the video is good. It's like 990, like 3/4 of the way down the landing to just death.
Yeah.
Which is always interesting. All right, so we gotta go skiing in like 30 minutes here. Gotta get ready and shit. So, last question of the podcast. Thing one: where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want to be doing in 5 years?
What do I want to be doing in 5 years?
I've been asking everybody this question on the podcast. 5 years from now, what are you doing? Where are you at? Maybe like ideally or whatever you're thinking. Like it's 5 years is a long time.
Yeah. What I'd want is I want to be on like the national team. Obviously, like I'm shooting high. Like I want to be on A team. Maybe be like prospect like for the Olympics or
5
something.
years from now is the Olympics.
Yeah, that is the Olympics. So,
So
that's
maybe
like
you're spiking a full. Maybe you're
maybe I'm in the Olympics. Like
maybe
that's
you're
like what
spiking
the
a
dream
full
is.
World Cup comp season, prepping for the Olympics.
Yeah, like that's obviously the dream. Like that's like what I want. But what I really want is like I want to win the X Games one time.
Nice.
Yeah,
Over the
that's,
Olympics.
like- Pardon?
Over the Olympics.
Yeah.
Are you prepared to do 3 quads in a run in 5 years?
I don't know. We'll see what happens, but
Are
That
you
may be
prepared?
what it is.
If that's
Am
what
I
it takes,
prepared?
are you prepared?
I am prepared.
All right, that's good. Charlie, 5 years from now, big boy, you are going to be, 5 years from now, you're going to be 19. You're going to be able to drink. So I'm assuming you're going to be getting absolutely plowed in a bar somewhere. But what do you think you're going to be doing 5 years from now? Or where would you like to be 5 years from now?
Honestly, if everything goes right, I'd obviously want to be like on the national team, same as B-Dog said. But definitely competing in like World Cups, like bigger events and stuff like that, and like end goal is obviously like Olympics and X Games, like the dream I guess for every freestyle skier right now. But
Everyone who's competing, I think, probably is shooting for, like, eventually hitting that spot.
yeah, but that's like the main goal, and that's like the dream that everyone like kind of has in mind. So that's obviously my dream.
Yeah, and if you want to go to X Games, you don't necessarily have to be on a national team.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to be, but it probably helps.
Yeah, but yeah, just kind of being at a high level in skiing in like 5 years. I don't know, I have to be throwing at least 3 triples in a run, which is the ugly truth. But I don't know.
5 years from now,
Seems
yeah.
doable.
Yeah, I'll be that. I'll be 5 years from now. I'll be a crippled old man, and I'll be trying to keep up with you guys. I'll be like trying to keep up with B-Dog, and I'll be like, 5 years from now, I'll be 28.
The real question is, what do you want to be in 5 years?
In 5 years, I
Yeah.
think I've already told the people of the podcast this, but 5 years from now, I would like to be, as B-Dog has said, the next Olympics is coming up in 5 years. That's something that's on my radar. That's something I want to do. I would like to have a big enough like audience through YouTube and podcasting and things like that, and skiing, where I can like support myself financially, and I don't have to work. I just have to like put out content, do things like this, ski and train really hard. Like if like my life got to the point where all I was doing is just training for MMA and skiing full time and doing like YouTube and podcasts on the side, I'd be pretty stoked. So that's definitely like where I'm aiming for 5 years from now. And also, yeah, I want to be competing at the highest level in skiing. Maybe have a couple MMA fights, punch Khabib in the nose.
See how that goes down.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't go great. But anyways, yeah, no, I definitely want to be competing at the highest level in skiing and working my way into mixed martial arts a little bit. I think 5 years I'll probably rack one Olympics, and then the next Olympics after that I'll be like 30-something. So maybe that one, but that's kind of like where I'm aiming at. Yeah, boys. All right, well, any closing thoughts on the podcast before we dip? We got almost 20 minutes in here, a very short podcast, but it'll be nice for the audience to hear your beautiful voices and get to know you guys.
Closing words?
Yeah, you got anything to say, big boy?
Well, thanks for listening in and watching, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching our beautiful faces on that spoon-fed camera there.
It looks sideways. We're like crooked on the camera.
Yeah, we're a little off axis, but we're a little corked.
Yeah, we got some flips to do today. So, all right, deuces, guys. See you in the next episode of the podcast.